Alright, so everyone, welcome to the stream. Let's make this actually full screen and I'll have a little bit of stuff behind it poking out. Alright, so continuing on with the model rig today. So the core of today is going to be more setup because I didn't set up the model beforehand when I was doing all the hit stuff, because there are a couple of new things I want to try. Namely, into here, let's see, it's on the screen, yes it is. Doing okay, I hope you're all doing good after the weekend. So this lean motion is actually, let me see if I can find it. I didn't prepare this, but now that I want to talk about it, I'm gonna see if I can find it. Let's see. So this is a motion that I saw from someone else's rigs that I thought I'd like to try. The end result is that if I can find, well, let me just see if I can find the channel here. Don't know what their thing was. Is it non or non? Alright, let me just go from Discord because I definitely know the Discord. That is not what we need to see. See if I can dig it out. Can't remember which model exactly it was that I saw it, but basically they had a motion where instead of doing a direct diagonal lean and just leaving it at that, the actual lean motion is where your body basically, like, you'll move your center of gravity outwards to lean the body over, but then you'll actually straighten back out. Let's see if I can find one of those ones that has that. Okay, I don't know if I can find it. It might be a lot of scrolling through their YouTube for a while. Because I'll be real, when people only document stuff mostly on Twitter, it's really hard to find anything. Yeah, I don't know how realistic it is for me to find stuff. What was the channel exactly called? Let me see if I can dig this out. No, none. Oh, there we go. There's a full stop at the end, that's why. I guess I'm more impressed at the fact that nowadays it's reached a point where you need a video editor just to do Live2D showcases for the really big people. So god dang. It doesn't seem like a very common motion he actually includes very often. I just see it occasionally, but alright, but anyways, regardless. So basically, we'll see, actually I can kind of show on some previous one as well. Let's just open up an old one here. Oh yeah, I should probably like color my things, my photos at some point. So basically the lean motion, do I have it set up? Is that the lean motion? Let me just check I have. Z, body Z out, yeah. So usually the lean motion will just have the body lean one way. This model in particular, I had it set so that the, instead of leaning just the body outwards, like you'll see on some people's, basically, this motion is always from the hip. And a lot of the time you just basically diagonally slant the body above that over to the side. For this one, I made it more centered by basically moving the hip one way and then moving the upper body the other way, and it gives you kind of this effect for the upper body. The main thing to note is that your body essentially for this is still leaned over. So what we're going to do, or what I plan on doing, is to move that motion, that actual slant motion, into physics as part of the motion, and then in the actual final Z is supposed to have the body actually righten back up, and I'm gonna see if I can make that work with just the physics. If it doesn't work, we'll just leave it slanted, who knows. Regardless, you see the earphone stuff I was trying to work with at the top. We're gonna ignore that for a little bit, and we're just gonna set up the body for all this crap we need here. I don't know how much of that explanation made sense, but that's basically what's happening. Okay, let's not start with the hand, let's start with the body. Okay. So every part of the body is going to need a lean. Is it gonna need a lean motion? The former that acts on the physics, does it have to be after the XY portion, or at least the X? This model is also like mildly set up for in-out Z motion, so I should also take that into account if I want to give that a try. And there's probably not going to be any actual rigging of motion today. It's just going to be set up and planning all of the setup. So we're gonna need at least a body Z here. Which is going to be the final transform of the body being leaned outwards. Do I go into the body XY, or do I do the Z lean portion of the motion here? Should probably put the Z lean here, so that all of the tilting happens before the turn. But this is the full object turning. Then you'll go into the body X, and then that needs to go into the body Y separately. Then for this piece, did I include chest physics in this? I didn't, did I? How much? Where's my physics? I did not. This was... what was this? This is just that. Okay. Well, I did include it in the chippy model that I made and I don't use. Where is it? Honestly, I should use this more often because it's technically more current. Oh, okay. Well, that lagged a bit. Please open it. Please keep it open. Clothing. Double X, double Y, sure. Okay. Did I set that up? Body physics, belt, clothing physics. I did not. Great. And then for that it is X, and then... oh boy. X and Y, okay, sure. So we need a... I would just call it BX and then BY, like I did in the chippy model. This is for everyone's favorite breast physics, which is literally what I made this model to practice. But that's a wild reason to have made a new model yet again. That's how it is. But... okay, do I need to separate these? How much do I need to separate these? Okay, the lean happens first. Then these three pastas can have the same bodies there. And they can also all have the same lean Z. And then beyond that is when it has to split. Oh, the back piece. There's the front and the back piece. That also needs to be split. And then we go into the body X here. I could technically put the body X and the body Y in the same parameter, or deformer, I think. But since it's technically independent of each other, that's the only reason why I don't. Will this part be affected by the physics below it? The ultimate question here. This model exists purely for practicing boob physics, so should this part be moved at all? You know what, let's just add it in just as a failsafe. If we don't use it, we don't use it. The deformers sit there and they're not hurting anyone. How many deformers am I on now? 636. Well, that's fun. I like how half those deformers are probably just for organization because I like organization. Oh wait, this is all inside the. Okay. Go. Wait. X into Y into BX. Don't know how much this piece in particular is going to affect it because it's basically just a piece that sits between the two outside pieces. This is part of the jacket. Body X. Oh yeah, before I just mention it, since I remembered, I took a peek a bit more thoroughly through the first map for Fire Emblem, where we left off on the gaming stream over the weekend. I don't know if I can clear that map. I'll be real. I took a look at it, and the boss is a brave bow. For those who aren't educated in the Fire Emblems, that is a weapon that will strike twice, and in the GBA games, that will happen regardless of whether you're initiating combat or not. And unfortunately, the randomizer decided to give it a 1 to 2 range. So it might very well end my randomizer run right there. It's like that's also a thing to think about getting to go through the week. I might have to find something different to do. This is the point where I just look for things to talk about as my sanity slowly drains. Do I need to separate all of the shadows? I do need to have a shadow separate. It's all the way from the lean, because the shadow should always be below. This piece needs to be affected by breast physics, because the shadow will move with the breast above it. What shadow is this? This is the shadow, okay. Alright, so this is the part where we no longer have to worry about the full total breast physics portion of the body. I'm gonna do both the top and the bottom part of the body together. Just make it a little bit less of a problem to have this part stick together and stay together. I should technically be able to do the body Y like way above everything else in a way. I just don't know if there'll be a problem with some of the parts because it goes over the actually you shouldn't, because it's always lifted from the knees the way I do it. Technically that should be less of a problem. Alright, so this is gonna need a do I have a proper back piece? I don't have a proper back piece, so I shouldn't do as much of a Y as I probably could do. Oh, whatever. That's fine. Go X. Wait. Go X. Into a Y. Y will probably be a little gentle. I don't have a back piece. Either way, it's... maybe on this side I need to be a little careful because technically I can't swing around far enough to reveal the back. On this side it's probably never going to happen, but... I have to think about that. I might need to add in an extra back piece here. The shadow, can the shadow just move for everything else? Okay, I think the shadow can move together up until it reaches the physics portions. Actually, no, maybe not. I could probably stick together. Actually, even the leaning part might be a little bit better if I keep it separate. Yeah, probably better if I just keep it separate. We'll probably just start with the body, ignore the arms for a little bit as well, once I have this all set up. The idea is to see if I can get the body to behave the way I need it to begin with. I think I can even start with just like half the body here. Well, I should just start with the inner part, with the shirt. But then I could see if there'll be any immediate issues. Can I just lean the whole thing over here together? I should be able to, right? The lid and the body. Can the shadow be leaned over with it? The shadow, technically I shouldn't. The shadow should be independent, because the spot where the light source is hitting will move as it tilts. So the lid and the body can technically have the same Z portion. The leaning for... I do not select the one inside, okay? Oh, welcome. Cheers for the sub. Okay, so... Now that that's deselected, go body Z into Z lean. Well, lean Z, let's keep this consistent. And then, beyond that is where we need to switch this to be independent of body X and body Y, and this bit's attached to the bottom of the jacket, so we'll have to swing with the physics here, with the X and the Y. I'll probably stop the main hinge of the pendulum for the jacket swing up around where the belt is, where it becomes tight again around the waist, since we want this piece of clothing to stay somewhat tight to the body. Not overly tight, needs to be a little bit floppy and loose, but the ends of it will be flopping around with the physics. Okay, so then we have the lean Z. This is probably going to be the most meticulous part, where I'm actually... Oh, wait, no. Your body Z. where I have to make sure all of this stays apart. Your body Z, your lean Z. And then we do the same with everything else. And this will have to follow the X and Y physics portion of the jacket as it flops. The belt loop. How many parts do I have here? The belt and the belt loop. Yeah, this has to stay separate. So we'll go body Z into lean Z. At least until we finish the center of the body, this is literally just gonna be the whole stream. So brace yourself, and if you have any random ass topic to sidetrack me as I very mechanically go through this, feel free. Yeah, we're gonna stop the X and Y portion here. The loop doesn't need anything in particular. Front and back, yeah, these... The front and back can have the same lean, but it can't have the same X... Mostly the X where everything has to separate. Oh wait, am I working totally behind my head? Hold up. You know what? Let me just what's the easiest way to move myself? I think it's probably just this, right? Yeah. Just so I can actually see what I'm doing. So I scroll to the bottom of the page. Body Y. Then the belt itself is going to have a little bit of physics here. I don't have a proper shadow on this, so this is going to be a little dodgy. Because for a piece like this, I really need a shadow to help me illustrate the physics component, but we'll see how that goes. Oh boy. Actually, wait, no, you don't need the XY. You're the back piece. Then the lower edge. Yeah, this can have the same leaning portion. And then once it gets to... Actually, do I need a physics component for the lean portion here? You know, that will be held after everything happens. No, I don't think it's going to need it, based on how I plan on keeping it close to the waist. If it was looser around the waist, then it'll probably need an actual leaning component to the physics, or the basically the hanging. Since it's tight to the waist, it's not really going to be able to hang away from the hip, which is where 90% of the actual motion for that comes from. Alright, this is an inner and an outer, because the backsides are connected. In theory, the backsides of these kind of pieces can be connected, but you get a bit more control and you don't have to fight the mesh and the deformer trying to move together as one piece if the whole thing is separated. And technically, in theory, these pieces shouldn't be connected in a way, the backsides of them. Because one side is going the inside of the lining at the bottom, while the other side is going around the outside of the jacket. Also, the X and the Y, or at least the X for this part, is going to be done pretty much the same way as the here, where I'm just going to grab all the parts I need to do the X swing, or the X pendulum swing, and just drive a gigantic, what do you call it? Pendulum, or a, path through it. Actually, can I do all of this Z part together? All this upper body part that goes above the waist. Technically, I can move together because the body part that actually has to lean out belongs to the body part here. All of this has got to stay somewhat oriented because, very conveniently, with a body style like this, the how should I put it? The breasts cover up enough that as long as the body below it is moving with it, all of this at the top can pretty much be on its own. Given that Z happens before X, so there's not a oh rap god, jeez. There'll never be a time where the X will negatively affect the Z. That'll save me quite a bit of work if that is the case. Actually no, the body Z. I'll think about it. It's way easier to delete stuff than it is to add stuff when it comes to the formal hierarchy, so when it comes down to it, we'll just remove stuff later if it's generally better. I think I should program macros into this just to make this quicker. That would be nice. Go front and a back. Hum 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 hum. Oh boy. Alright, that does it for the collar piece. Oh, please expand. That would be really helpful if you did that. Alright, same as all the other parts, right? The shadow... Was that the shadow completely separate? I was, right? Where is this? Yeah, shadow completely separate. Hum, 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 hum. This is gonna need deep breath physics. Alright, now for the body. Make these 2x3s. No, this body's Z. Yeah, keep those all together. Then it goes into an X and a Y. Do I need more than a single pendulum for this? This isn't supposed to come that far off the body, so technically having multiple pendulums on this is kind of redundant. So at most it'll be what, one here, maybe one here. I guess I could do multi-pendulum. Actually no, I think it'll be too swingy if it's multi-pendulum. Or, but triple pendulum probably too swingy. Double pendulum, if it doesn't swing too aggressively, because the main problem is that it has to stay in a state where it doesn't technically clip into the body, which is mostly this part. It has to like stay away from the hip, which is around here and around here. Which means technically only, well, this part can swing out, but when it comes inwards, only like the bottom part can only swing in like right here, like from here inwards to about here, which should be kinda awkward. Probably just do this for multiple parts at a time, honestly. There's that part. Oh boy, part of my microphone is in the way. Let me just shift this a bit. Oh yeah, this is like with the shadow. Let's see. Does it need a physics component from the leaning? Or is it just gonna look way too swingy, but it shakes from X and a Z? This is the part that, in theory, could hang a little if it's being pulled around by the gravity. Oh, yeah, by gravity over the Z. Should this include a Z hanging physics component? Well, not the loop, but the actual belt. We'll just leave it for now. This can this all lean together? How do I do it on the top one? Do I just have it all lean together? There's the belt. And it leans separately from the loop. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Alright, so the shadow here, the actual belt portion should really be able to all go together. Did I separate the front and the back? I didn't. Keep those together. Oh yeah, I have actual things here for belt. And then we go into this part where we go body Z into a lean Z, and then we separate it all. Primarily these are two parts I needed because the shadow, how much I worry about the shadow there. Shadow's gonna need all these parts as well. Oh boy, the fact that it's lagging a little bit really scares me a bit. Then we want you to have an X and the front portion to have an X. Was I doing an X and a Y? Ah, screw it. Put it in and then we don't use it, we don't use it. X and Y, okay. Lean the pocket over together. Then we need to go into lid, and I don't know why I called his body, but I called him body when it was just the main portion or something. Okay, it's really inconvenient to have this at the bottom of my scroll bar. And then this is gonna have to swing around with the jackets X and Y. Let's do that. Then once again, this portion can be leaned out together. Honestly, for this part, the lean is going to be a little bit small anyway, seeing as this is the portion where the lean begins. So any actual motion that causes us to lean out will be starting from here and not ending here in terms of the motion, which means that any motion that actually does happen will be very small. And then all of this is also going to need X and Y to swing around with the jacket. The bit of the body where it gets a little bit suspicious on how much effort was actually put into it, as let's be real, when it comes to Vtuber models, no one looks down here. I think I actually saw a, speaking of that, I saw someone auctioning a fully completed model on Twitter before I started stream, and this is this part. Basically, you can tell how much effort was put into the top part of the or the upper body of the model, but even though there was basically the full package of what some people like in the lower half with the leg movement and the skirt, you could tell that it was a little bit shabbier by comparison to the top. The top had way more effort put into it. It's the fact that everyone who actually does the rig knows, is like, no one looks down there. It's like, why do I put so much effort into it? Like for animation, like maybe, like, you know what's going to be seen, but for a model, we all know that people aren't going to look down there that often. It's like, it's fine. Alright, so, now going to be messing around with the shear. We need all of this set up before we can start on the body motion, so we're going to just turn off the answer a bit. You know, you're always like overly motivated. It's just like you're gonna burn yourself out before anything happens. Where is arm parts? That's breast, right upper arm. Let's just turn off the arms for a little bit. So we're just working with the center part of the body. Where's the other arm? Where are you pieces? Oh, you're way down the bottom. Okay, let's turn off the left arm as well. Oh yeah, there was a mask there. Well, let's just ignore the fact there was a mask there. Gonna be looking at the shirt parts. How much of this can lean out together? Technically the top part of the shirt, which basically only includes the top here. This is, okay, this is that part and this is that part. And that's that part. Okay, so the lean can happen together. Once again. Lean happens before turn. Then, once it reaches that part, we have to turn this all separately to make sure we can maintain perspective. This part is... oh, wait. You're not XY, you're just X. Alright, now how does... actually, no. The breast physics moves together, right? That's how it works. The X is together, and the Y is together. Okay, so that means that we just need a BX and a BY here as well. Wait, open. Because this part will, in theory, mildly... actually, you won't shake, but you will... actually, no, is this part? Yeah, this part. This part will shake with the breast, but the top part of this will not. So we need a BX and BY here. Then for the bottom piece, once again, leaning the whole thing out together. Because this is essentially the same thing, just split into parts to have a front and a back piece. Hum, 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 hum. Then we'll have the X and Y, and then you do not need a Z or a X. Do you need a you don't need a shaking parameter here. Alright, collar. Oh, just the back piece. Oh, right, because of the center pieces. Yeah, sure. Hum, 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 hum. Technically it's redundant to do all of this body Y for most of the body. I'm actually thinking about whether I should just move it into one big thing at the top. Actually, should body Y happen before the lean? The body Y is affected by the knees, which is going to be somewhat affected by the hip, which will be where the lean starts. So kind of have to do it just because I need the body Y to happen after the Z, ideally. Or do I actually? No. No, the body Y, should body Y happen before or after the Z? No, actually the Y should happen before the Z. This is why I voice everything out, so that I can start actually thinking it through and making sure I'm not missing anything stupid that will cause problems down the line. So the body Y is completely powered by the knees, basically moving up and down, the legs bending. then that will happen before the Z. Okay, I can still technically use the Y, all the body Ys I've set up if I want to do it in and out lean. Would in and out have to happen before the body X? Or they have to happen as a thing that's fully cornered with the other Z lean. I just started thinking of extra complex things that I really shouldn't complicate right now. No, if there's an in and out lean, it has to be in with the sideways lean. It's not gonna work otherwise, realistically, because you have to lean in a circular motion starting from the hip. You can't do a square motion, which is what happened with the separate, or the being powered separately. So if that happens, it'll be with the body Z. I might not need any of these body Ys. Just like actually thinking about this right now. Because I don't do a expansion of the body with just the body Y portion. I just do a lifting and dropping of the height using the knees. Yeah, the Y might be completely redundant. Might get rid of them after a bit. Actually, I might get rid of them now. Do not need the body Y at all. Is that all of them? That feels very little. Okay. Do not need body Y at all. Body Y is redundant because it can happen before everything on top of the Z. Quite literally on the whole upper body, the body Y can occur. So we're gonna get rid of all the body Ys because we don't need these. And for those following at home, this is because instead of doing any kind of stretching of the body that some people like, if they don't have any accompanying leg motion, we're gonna just be lifting the body height using the knees, which means that technically everything that is above the knees will all just lift up and down to get starting from the hip, height wise, and that should happen before the lean occurs, so we don't have to worry about the Y affecting the Z, so it could just all happen beforehand because there's no actual morph occurring. The back piece. Okay, now for the right and the left here. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to do the neck as well. That's fine. Oh boy, really right at the bottom of this. Yeah, okay. Gonna have to please. Why am I lagging so much? Hold up, where's my task manager? Why am I randomly lagging so much? Memory 3/4 up. Well, that's usually about as expected. Feels more like my CPU randomly spikes, which is causing the issue. And all of this just follow the same thing? The Z, D... I think it can. Can all of this on the lower part or the upper part of the body move together? No, it can't. Give all of these a body Z into a Z lean. Oh boy. And 2 body X. Then we need a BX here. And a BY. As for the rest of this, I think I want to keep this somewhat tight to the body, so we're not going to shake this with physics. Alright, then left. Which has less pieces because the starts are already slightly turned. Hum, 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 hum. And take like a little bit on the shirt tail. That's more of an in out. Hum, 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 hum. Then you need a BX and a BY. Okay. Alright, then we also need to quickly do the neck. I won't worry about the shadow immediately. Do I even need a body X here? The neck's not really going to change perspective because I don't have something like an Adam's apple down here to deal with. Then lower body. Okay, how much of the lower body does the lean affect? It will theoretically affect the hip, but my hip is also very beautifully hidden. I'm gonna need like a little bit here. Unless I want to lean the body out more, then I'll have to go all the way down to the legs. Actually, no, wait, I want to move the center of gravity completely. No, I need to just go all the way down to the legs. That was the original plan. Okay, can the whole skirt be moved together? I think it pretty much can be. Because the hip is what directs the lean the most, because that will affect how the legs have to pose and how the body above it has to pose as well. Alright, let's have to think about this. Do I need to separate all of this crap? Probably do. So the good thing about the skirt this time is that it is essentially going to be body tight. It's already a short skirt, so it basically ends right above the crotch area, which is why the shorts are below that. So technically hugging the body in terms of the actual shape. So there's not going to be X and Y here. There will be a body, or there won't be X and Y physics, but there will be body X. Alright, now how do I deal with the legs if it's gonna have to pose with the Z? Or do I just leave it and then move the legs to follow it afterwards? That's probably the smarter way to do it. Alright, so, now, everything that has a body Z, there's no quick way to select all of this because I'll have my folders in there. Oh, this is gonna be annoying. Well, we'll go one by one, it's fine. Alright, do I do the lean first or do I do the X first? X is the thing I know how to do more, so maybe I'll play around the lean first and see if I can work it out. Okay, so everything that has a body Z. Like so, it's going to have a better function, and where's my tilt? And the body Z output, and then the lean Z is going to have a physics component that only exists within the physics portion of the body physically or visibly tilting. Alright, the head needs these functions as well. Because the head is attached to the neck, and so therefore I just need another rotation deformer. The whole thing is just going to move as one whole block. It's not making a larger one, is it? Okay, good. And then we also need a lean Z. Okay, and why are you up there? Why did you appear down here, but you appeared way up there? That is unhelpful. I literally just need you to be normal. Oh. Can I literally just like copy this and paste it here? Is that a thing I can do? No? Nope! Alright, fine. We're gonna try and very awkwardly move this into position because it needs to be in the same place as everything else. Like about there. Close enough. That is close enough. It just basically has to access the hinge of the neck. Alright, actually, should these be warp deformers? I'm probably going to turn all of my rotation deformers into warp deformers by the end of it, because I just don't like rotation deformers, they cause problems. But basically, when the body leans out, it also has to lean the head out with it, because it's attached to the neck, and as the neck leans out, the body has, or the head has to follow that. Alright, alright, so, hip. We're going to turn the jacket off. This is in so many pieces, it's actually hilarious. Yeah, I got a little lazy at the bottom here. Don't mind that too much. As long as the main part of the body kind of connects, it's fine. So the hip is kind of the line right here. This is the crutch lines. That's what we're kind of working with. But we start with the skirt. That makes it too high. I'm not going to be changing that part now, so regardless. Where is this? Is shoes. Is this really going to be my main piece affecting the lean? It kind of has to be. Okay, let's see. We're gonna try for big, bold movements. And lean the whole body weight outwards. Which means that the hip itself, is going to have to move across. Please also select this piece. Okay. The perspective is yet to change, so... We're gonna literally just grab the hip and we're just gonna shift it across. So that it is now about half the leg's width one way. And then we're gonna lean it over a little bit. What's the best way to do this? Let me have to think about this. I might be able to go from about where the crutch is. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Alright, we'll do this manually. Is this the correct... Might have to go 2x3? Let's go 2x3. All of these pieces that literally will never be seen. Let's also make these 2x3. Oh yes, I said that we were gonna make it to the actual motion rig, but here we are. By not doing some parts until later, we're now the motion rig part. Alright, so we've got the crutch line right about here. We're gonna lean the body out and over a little bit. And then we're gonna point the bottom part inwards a little bit to kind of like direct it back towards where the legs are. Actually, how am I gonna push the legs? That's because the hips are moved across. So do I need to actually do that, or does the whole bottom part just move with it? Now we're gonna lean this backwards a little bit, so we create kind of like an S shape here. Oh, cool, I can't see these spots. Where's the shirt? Good enough. Okay, we can work with that. Not like that. Please not like that. Lean it out a little bit. And then... Actually, this should be touching, right? Because this is like a seam. The hip is going to be a little bit more defined. We'll go like this a little bit as it leans over. The legs also need to be able to come apart a little bit. To facilitate the hip motion here. I know I said the skirt is like mostly tight to the body, but there will be like mild bouts of movement. It just won't be enough to make it flop. Which is where the physics will come in. This was kind of really like sitting, yeah. This isn't gonna have too much effect on this piece in particular, no matter what kind of happens. Should the body height go down a little bit when you move your body weight over? You kind of have to, because the end result is that when you widen your stance from your legs to get it to your legs apart, you have to drop your body height a little bit. So we're going to add this little detail by just grabbing this hip portion, and we're going to drop it a little bit. To facilitate that change in height as the legs come apart. Just thinking about how the body weight has to work. Because if you add actual proper stepping motion, then the body has to follow it. So, when the... Actually... You can kind of drag your feet across the ground or lift them up, and you can still kind of handle the, motion. I guess there'll be, if you have a step motion, then there will be a bit of inertia as you step down and as you kick up off the ground. That has to be taken into the physics. Alright, let's just get a base of this on the opposite end when you're leaning the other way by reflecting the motion out really horizontally, just to see what this gives me. Definitely not what we need, but it's a start. Actually, it's not a start. It's not a start at all. Honestly, if we could just get the basic X motion, then that'll be good enough. But and the Y motion. But we're basically moving all of this about half a leg's length one way, or half a leg's width one way, which is about here. Then we're going to slightly lean it out this way. Oh wait, so is it going to affect the turn of the body here or not? The Z will affect the turn of the hips. Because we're using the front leg as the anchor and the back leg, well, the front leg's the pivot, the second leg is the support, which means that as your hip turns to facilitate this motion, I'm making this a lot more complicated than it should be. If the X mostly affects the upper body, while the actual lean motion of the Z will affect the lower body. Actually, that's completely irrelevant. Okay, given the starting pose, if you need to shift the body weight around while maintaining a single anchor, then the support leg has to pivot around the anchor leg, which means that the perspective of the hip will change. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Alright, which means that when we swing out this way, we're actually going to have to essentially swing the side of the hip forward as well at the same time. Which means that while we're leaning out this way, we're also going to end up seeing more of this side. This whole thing is actually kind of going to straighten out a little bit almost, because we need this to essentially now be facing forward. And luckily my piece can kind of get into that shape somewhat successfully. The more defining piece will actually be this piece, where it will actually swing further out and it'll actually be somewhat visible. Is the hip too wide at this point? Actually, maybe if I just go 1, 2... Actually, let's take this whole part and just go... In a bit, as the body turns around to face the front. This will also do this. So that it's basically straightened out, because this is almost facing forward, essentially. Oh my god, this is in the way. Gotta keep it a little bit tilted, but otherwise it will be almost leaning forward. The back piece also has to match that. Like so. And then that means that this part of the hip will actually shuffle around to the back, and you'll essentially see a little bit less of it. As the body turns around to face the front. It's not going to be the most distinct thing in the world, because realistically, most of this is going to be hidden behind the jacket and the shirt. So this is mostly just supposed to act as a guide. Not getting a particularly good turn motion here. I mean, it's kind of really scrappy the way I'm doing it. Because this is mostly just to work with the starting pose. Okay, let's just say that's gonna be... Should I just do a full one-sided lean before I try to work on the other side because the perspective is gonna be different? That might actually be a good idea. Wonder if I need a glue together all of the parts that are gonna lean out. That might actually be a thing that has to happen, which is really scary. Okay, so when body leans outwards, we want it to be more forward-facing a little bit to match the way the hips have to turn. Actually, even the hip turns, the upper body can actually move independent of that if it's that small hip turn. That's not something your waist can't handle. But for the most part, we want the upper portion of the... Should I work on the shoulders first, actually? Shoulders might be a better spot to start. The direction of all of this... Actually, I think we'll start down... Where's the center piece for the bottom? Alright, we'll start here. Essentially... we want this to be to the side and also leaning out at the same time while facing the center. So, along with a little bit of down motion it's going to need to have, which is about here. Wait. Alright, the other piece is below that. We want to almost straighten this piece. So that it can just straight lean outwards. Also, without shrinking it in any way, because that would be incorrect in perspective, it should actually become a little larger. This is actually quite a large motion. Alright, what part should I do next after this? Should I just do the top part of the body? Because this part has to follow the hip, but everything above it does not. Technically the rest of the body can stay somewhat upright in the same perspective and pose as it is right now. Which technically means that... Let me just see if I can find all the pieces that have this. We're gonna grab centerpiece, the collar, the breasts, Can I move the body with this? That's a real question. Ideally, if I could move that around. Should technically also move the jacket pieces above this with this as well, just to make sure everything stays in line. But this, in theory, should be okay. Technically, all of this just needs to move across with the body. Alright, Nick. Where's Nick? Where is Nick? Where did Nick go? Where did Nick go? Nick. Oh, also on Sid. Sid has to come with me here too. We're going to move all of this crap outwards. Down a bit to match the UI change. And also we're going to grab all of this stuff and tilt it a little bit. Oh cool, great, that's unhelpful. I can't tilt these together. That's really unhelpful. Well, as long as I move the pin of the the rotational form, this will be fine. We're gonna tilt the body out only a tad. And then we're also gonna grab rotation deformer and twist you a little bit to match. Looks about right. This should need to be way out this way. We'll say the bottom half of the body. Basically, we're using the breast as a giant way of blocking any thing that might not look right in the lower half of the body where the waist is doing things. Because the waist is going to be below the jacket and the shirt, essentially we're hiding the twist that happens that will occur at this point. And we're going to lean the body way out this way. All of this can essentially happen independently. I probably in a way, I should do this along with the arms as well, to get best results. But I think I should be able to reattach them without too many problems. Oh well, I can match the upper body to the breasts, and then I can match the arms to the upper body, so it should be okay. All of this might have to decrease in height a bit more depending on how the leg movement works. Oh jeez. Alright, but given that we have that now, we're going to basically go from there to... jeez, oh jeez. Where's the body? The body portion here. Basically, this is going to have to now, along with the bottom piece, moving to match the hip somewhat. Just straight moving to match the hip somewhat. This also has to lean out. With everything else. I don't think my lean was that extreme, so... but this should only happen from the waist up, essentially. Oh yeah, lose a little bit of height for the motion here. And then straighten up again once you get down to the bottom of the hip. Or the waist. Like so. Then we need this piece. Move about half a leg's length. Down a bit. Lean this over. This actually should raise up a bit because this is the far side of the turn. Huh. I don't want this like ish shape. which I'm not doing because I'm actually leaning over a little bit. I need to get those tails out of the way so I can actually see what I'm working with down here. These tails aren't really helpful, they're just kind of pieces of the shirt at this point. So this will be almost more forward facing. As the hip turns, along with being down a little bit. Oi. This will be pulled across the body. It will be very mildly turned away from here while leaning into the body. The hip will be straightened out a little bit to suit the needs up here. Like that. The hip moves down. Then we need the backside of this tail. What is that part? This part? This piece of the main job was to kind of define the hip, which is actually going to be less defined at this angle, so let's just say it goes kind of like that. This piece is literally never going to be seen, so I don't know how much I'm going to care about it. You know, I think I'm dropping the hip too much here. I mean, the hip is turning away from the cameras. Like, this is basically just a butt sticking out originally. It's like most of what this hip is. I guess we could go like this. To kind of try and maintain this a little bit. And we'll just bring this footer out this way. We're not going to see this part regardless because the jacket will be covering this, so that's not really a problem. We're leaning the upper part of the body over a little bit. Deciding this is like a big enough motion. It actually is a pretty big motion, just looking at it. Mainly because but the body is quite slim, so in theory it should be a relatively large motion. You know what, let's power into physics and just see what it does for now. This is gonna be the body Z output. We're going to add in the what is it? Body Z as an input at angle 100 single pendulum. Going negative 20 to 20. Yeah, to negative 20 to 20. We'll output this to body Z output, and then I need to set this to also follow the right mouse button X. Oh, obviously a bit too shaky now, but it's actually not that big a motion right now. It's kind of looking at it's not that big of a motion. Alright, let's just make it a little shaky, because holy shit, it's really shaky right now. Increase the scale so that it reaches maximum. What am I looking at? Bit more. Bit more. That's about where we want to end up. I want to lean the body out more. In terms of how slim the body is, that's actually a decent motion. Especially consider that there'll also be shoulders attached to this. I think that's actually fine for now. Alright, and now the funnier part, which is the Z. How's this part gonna work? Can I just grab every part here and just tell it to lean out? I'm gonna follow a general motion. Actually, if I'm gonna do it like this, I should really do it after the fact. Yeah, it's probably better if I do this like later down the line altogether. Well, I guess I could just remove it later if it doesn't all connect and just do it again. Just need to kind of test the theory of this. Oh wait, somebody actually lean Zs. Okay, so in theory, when this all happens, we can basically direct the point, through to about where the hip is, up through where the head is. Oh dear, that's... Alright, let's just see what this, oh wait, well, that was from when I was working on the, headphones that really don't work very well right now. Problem is I had to grab this thing that's like way out of camera view. I lean the whole body over while maintaining the hip somewhat. Okay, let's just give this a quick essential test run here. That should be about right. So what should happen is that the when inputting using body Z as a precision input, that we get which lean Z? La da dee doo 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 da lean motion. And we make the shake significantly less. Why is this so late? Is it trying to... There's way too many parameters here. That's like running with physics. I need to make this. I need to make this weaker. How do I make this thing hotter again? Was it like this? So I need to make this weaker, I think. I also need this to recover faster. Was it with this? What'd that do? Ah. Having a real good think about this. I'm just like not getting the effects I wanted. Do I have to put it into a multiple pendulums? It'd be good if I could find a proper tutorial that someone might have of this. I swear a lot of people just focus on the head for a lot of this stuff. Even there's a lot of dedicated Vtuber model rigging tutorials. Or do I need to send this through a second parameter? Or is it just my two actions not working well together? Yeah, I might have to look into this and see if someone has what I'm looking for. Because this is not working the way I thought it would. Well, the actual main part of theory is, and I just don't know if I need more of a pendulum motion, or how to input some inputs later. Because if I make this increase the duration of this, does this make this take longer? Not really, because this just pretty much happens straight away. I mean, what I could do is add a second pendulum here and tell us to follow number 2, so then that should take longer, right? But that just makes it shake more. Because these angle ones pretty much have to run on the first pendulum. Or they don't have something above it, then they pretty much need to run the first pendulum. How do I slow this motion down? Wait. Because I want this to follow, but slowly. So that it takes a long time for the reaction to reach where it needs to go. I don't know if I can do that with just the angle parameter though. Is that only something I can only do with the precision swing? When I change these parameters. Well, that doesn't even... No, that just makes it not swing at all. Okay, maybe... If I input this using the actual lean mono... Because this has to hold. The main problem is that this has to hold. What I need is to follow a long swing, but then hold. How do I make this follow a long swing but make it slow? Do I just increase the maximum so that the thing could just swing further? Increase the duration and then just try and make it dangle slowly. It doesn't really work on the angle thing though, does it? Like, it still goes pretty quickly. But that changes how fast it can return to origin. Yeah, this is not what I need. Angle into output. Oh boy, oh, this is also doing like some funny things with the I should be able to control just the physics. I shouldn't need to make this just a bunch of manual keyforms, because that would be really dumb. Alright, either way, I'm about done with the time I have for the day, so, I'm gonna go see if I can find someone who may have a tutorial on exactly what I need, or something close enough that I can get what I need off someone who's smarter than me. Just to explain the current thing I'm trying to do is that the actual motion is that in order, it's supposed to be that your body tilts, then the actual push motion of moving to the side happens, and once you reach the end of that motion, the body rights itself back up so that you're like mostly upright rather than leaning over. It's supposed to be how it goes. Hello, you caught me right at the end again. I'm just about to wrap up. Just going over a current problem that I'm gonna go look for a tutorial for. I think the movements independently right now are technically fine. If I just revert this back to a sensible set of numbers. This is not currently outputting. Why is it not outputting? It's body angle Z output. What happened to this? What did I do to this? Where is this? Body Z lean. Body Z. Why is my Z output not happening? I'm not getting a Z output. Is it because I'm inputting with body Z? My body Z is getting an input. Why is it not converting to an output? Oh, that's unfortunate. What did I do here? What did I break here? What did I break here? What the heck? Wait. Why am I not getting a body Z output? I have an input through body Z, angle 100%, the pendulum is moving. The pendulum is moving, but the rest of it is not. Why is that? What did I do to this? My output... Wait, why am I not getting output? Increase the output. Why is my output gone to 0? Well, that's fun. I don't know what I did to this thing. Or was it... It's not because this is not valid, right? No, this is only giving me my lean motion output. Why is my body Z output completely died? 1... Oh wait, this is still set to 2. Why is it still set to 2? Set to 1. Less shaky. Why is it shaking so much? It's not supposed to shake so much. Increase this. That's shaking more. It's supposed to shake less. Please shake less. Why is it so wobbly when it's only got a was my output too high now? Decrease output. Or reset output maximum. It's bouncing too much. Why is it bouncing so much? And wait, my output's not even reaching where it was before. And why is my output like slightly slanted? It's because of this, isn't it? Okay, why is my output not quite hitting the maximum that it needs to? Increase the shaking a tiny bit. Z output, that's about where it needs to go. Why? Is it because of this? Why is it bouncing so much? What's causing it to bounce? This isn't... Wait, no, my Z output isn't bouncing, this is bouncing. Yeah, just that was bouncing. Okay, I'm not completely crazy. So either way, so the Z motion, like the two motions independently are fine right now. I just need to figure out a way to create a motion that can push on a delay. Because that's kind of what I need. Because I need to lean over to occur before the actual motion of moving out happens. Which might require just a chain of different physics inputs, so that they all have to swing a pendulum or they have to wait for a pendulum to swing before something happens, which will make it a little laggier overall, I think. I just need to also think about how that happens as well. Okay, let me just try something real quick while my mind is still on this. We're going to increase the number of parameters here. We're going to include a body Z input, which goes from 1 to 1. Basically the same way I do the body Y, which I do believe I have set to the Y bounce, set to 1 to 1. Basically, we're going to instead have a parameter that takes body Z at an angle, a single pendulum, and we're going to output this into body Z input. Just make this like kind of nice and big. And then instead, because this is one pendulum swinging, if we didn't tell this to occur before all of my body Z portions, all my hair's gonna move down. Oh, that can wait. Why is this having a problem? What do you want? Why are you freaking out? Why do you not have an input parameter? Wait, no, 0. Is it telling me that it's... Wait, what? Oh, I'll worry about that later. What? Oh, the... So, we get Z to input and output into body Z input. Then we tell both of these to take the body Z input as the input parameter instead. Still taking 1 for angle, 1 for position. Then technically there should be a delay because one is running a pendulum and then swinging out, or we have just a lean out be on the secondary pendulum, and have this be on the primary pendulum, which is the body Z. I'm sure this doesn't make any sense to anyone who doesn't work the physics in this themselves, but okay, my lean motion is still very bouncy. Would like this to be significantly less bouncy. How do I make this significantly less bouncy? Do I just reduce the range it can move? Would I increase the range that I can move? So that it's got a bigger range to move between. No, I do. That's annoying. How about I just reduce the scale? It's really bouncing. How do I make it not... It'll be like a bit stricter on the... Okay, like that, but let's say about 1.5. So it's got less space to bounce. But I need a big motion, and then it needs to come back to origin straight away. That's kind of what I need. I need a big motion back straight without bouncing past the starting point. Do I just like make this a giant value? But why does it still swing over? I need it to not swing over. That's the thing I need right now. Like that. I'm kind of getting what I need. It needs to hit 0 and then stop. Is what I need. I mean, the motion is still too big, but and it's still not enough of a delay. So how about I go into here, add double pendulum here, and then we're gonna output using third pendulum here. That doesn't work either, even though the swing should happen way later. Actually, no, the swing's just more aggressive now because of the angle. Actually, just shouldn't be swinging that aggressively anyway. Reduce the swing. Increase the range. No, not increase the range. Increase the scale. 2.5. Or 2.4, let's go. 2.5. And then for this lean Z action, I just reduce the duration to very short. So it happens quickly. Oh wait, this makes a swing. Because the pendulum itself is very short now. Alright, I'm gonna stop messing with this for today, and I'm gonna go see if I can find someone smarter than me who's done a tutorial for this. If I can't figure it out, I'll just leave it for a bit and just keep searching for someone smarter than me who's done this before, or I'll just change how this is being done and just do the regular lean motion without the or basically just combine the two motions together so that or just remove one of the motions, I guess would probably be a more appropriate way, and just lean it out without having the two motions to create the actual lean out portion or lean out action as part of it, or just have the actual lean out motion to move the body outwards and not tilt the body and then push it out. Because I can't seem to figure that out. Which is kind of unfortunate. Or can I run them on the same pendulum, actually? That might be also a thing. Well, I'll keep experimenting, and while I try to figure that out, if I can't figure it out, next time will be body X, which has to be done for pretty much every piece. I've literally only done part of the body Z to begin with here, so it's not that far gone in terms of things that I need to get done here. And body X is something I actually know how to do to a good standard, so if I'm not messing with the body Z next time, then it'll be somewhat smooth sailing and there'll actually be things happening. Alright, so anyways, thank you very much for watching today's stream. I know there's a physics feature that isn't Vtuber Studio, but unfortunately that still requires all the physics to work within Live2D editor, because you can't delay any physics from happening within Vtuber Studio. At least I don't think you can, at least they added that in recently. Alright, so if you like what you saw today and you're not subscribed, remember to subscribe, leave a like because it helps me out, and I shall see you all next time, maybe with something a bit more productive than me swinging this back and forth. Alright, see ya.